Got it. Okay. All right. So thank you for that introduction. I'm excited to be here with you guys as well tonight. And I'm excited that you are looking forward to studying away when you get to Elmhurst University. We call it study away and not study abroad because our office works with domestic and international study programming. So we have opportunities here in the States and we have opportunities abroad, and we want to share all of those with you. So we'll talk a little bit about that tonight. And then there will be time, obviously, at the end for questions as well, if there's anything I didn't cover that you're wondering about. All right. So here at Elmhurst, in the Office of International Education, we're really broken into two sections. We have our study away students and we have our international students. Our international students are usually students here on an F1 visa. They're degree seeking students. And we also have some exchange students, but our largest population of international students are our F1 visa students who are seeking degrees. So they're here for all 4 years. But here with me tonight, we're talking about study away. And the two routes for studying away are our faculty-led programs, and those are credit or non-credit programs, as well as long-term programs. We call them long-term programs, but they're actually a better term for that would be partner programs, because technically they can be short as well. They might even be as long as just a week if you go during the summer. So a better name would be partner programs. All right, so let's see here. It's not advancing, so I want to give it a sec. Oh, there we go. Okay, so a lot of you are here because you're interested in studying away, so I probably don't have to convince you, but I do want to touch on some of the reasons why we suggest you study away through EU. And one of the main reasons is affordability. Elmhurst University uses for our fall and spring semesters something called a homeschool tuition model. And that means that you are registered in a placeholder here at Elmhurst while you study away. And that means that you appear as an Elmhurst student on paper, so you are able to access all of your financial aid and scholarships and outside awards, and you pay your Elmhurst tuition while you study away, which makes spring and fall study away for a full semester actually very affordable. In some cases, more affordable than summer study away or J-term study away. It's actually a really reasonable option. So we always like to make that known right off the bat, that for those of you who are interested in spending a whole semester away, it could cost essentially, aside from the plane ticket and some additional maybe travel expenses, if you want to do your own exploring, if you live on campus, could be very similar in cost. So that's nice. Another thing is that when you travel away through one of our partners or through our faculty-led courses, you earn this essentially Elmhurst credit. So I know you're learning about Elmhurst and what your degree would look like, but basically your courses fall into 3 buckets. You have your major courses, you have electives, and then you also have what's called the general education curriculum. And when you study away, you have your courses pre-approved, and you go through that process with myself and also with your academic advisor to ensure that all the credits that you earn come back and transfer as Elmhurst courses. So you can earn major credit, minor credit, elective credit, general education credit, and you can move towards your degree and graduating on time. It won't put you behind as long as you plan accordingly. And that leads me to number 3, satisfying your gen ed requirements. There's things that we call areas of knowledge or AOKs or tags, such as experiential learning or intercultural global engagement. Those are things that you automatically check off when you study away. So you're not just spinning your wheels and having a cool experience when you study away, you really are advancing in your degree, which is awesome. Some of number 6 is actually something that's unique to Elmhurst as well. You can study away as early as your first year at Elmhurst University. Our J-term courses, our faculty-led J-term courses are available to freshman students, and we want you to have those experiences right off the bat. And that way you can have time to study away again in the future, maybe for a semester or a full academic year. And so we offer those right away, as well as the ability to get registered in a priority application period as soon as you join us at the beginning of the school year, with a discount towards your program fee, a discount off your program fees. If you register within a certain amount of time once starting your school year. Some of the other ones here are just benefits in general for studying away, mastering or learning a foreign language. It's not just studying, it can also be an internship that you decide to use some work experience. You can do that. Studying away can be as little as a week or for as long as a year. It's really what you're comfortable with and what you're interested in. You gain a ton of independence. You broaden your worldview, which is awesome for us, but also your entire community. And also you enhance your resume. And I'm actually stationed in the WCP, which is our our Center for Professional Excellence. And we hold workshops and can support you in beefing up your resume when you return from your experience abroad, so that you can really sell your experience and articulate what you learned while you were away, and promote those experiences. All right, so what I have here for you are just some examples of what we call our long-term or partner programs or providers. So there are these partners fall into really 2 categories. We have our institutions like our schools, and then we also have our businesses or organizations. So unfortunately, we can't have our faculty teaching at every school in the entire world, and we can't vet every single school in the entire world by ourselves. So what we do is we find a few companies and we work with those companies that we know to be stellar, and they do the vetting for us. So one example of is the Education Abroad Network. So I'll go ahead and share it. We call that, their nickname is TEEN. TEEN specializes in Pacific Asia. So you'll find all of your Australia and New Zealand, I mean, really anything in Asia as well, your courses here. So this is an example of just one of the programs that you might choose to do if you were to study through TEEN. This is Queensland University of Technology. You can do a semester through them. This is just an example of what you might find if you go to our website and you click on a program, and I'll show you where to find all this information. But this is an option for a semester. And you learn all of the courses that you can take by visiting their website, what your housing would look like. See some of the excursions and scholarships, external scholarships available to you, and more. So this is one of the, like I said, this is one of the organizations that we work with. We also partner with, sorry. Let me go back here. We also partner with Arcadia Abroad, IES Abroad, SIT, IFSA, ISA, API. Essentially means that you can study away anywhere in the world. And that's for a semester, for a summer, and the possibilities are endless. Another way to study abroad with a partner is to go directly through that institution or university. So one of the partners, one of our partner institutions is University College Dublin. And UCD is an example of a place where we send cohorts. So nursing students, for example, they can actually complete it each fall. We send a cohort of nursing students, sometimes up to 20 students, as few as maybe 10 students. They can complete their clinicals there. And our faculty has worked with their faculty and to make sure that our courses work with their courses, and their faculty knows what our students need in order to complete a semester of courses, again, to advance their degrees. And they also travel away together, which is really unique. So this is another example. This is another example of a partner. As you can see, we have a ton here. Let's see. Yeah, we have Queen Mary in London. Some of our domestic ones like Washington Internship Institute in DC, Kansai Gadai in Japan, several in Australia. Yeah, there's a lot of options if you go through our partners. So this is, again, partner programs are the ones we call long-term, but it could be a week in the summer, or it could be a full academic year. Another way, the other route for studying away through at Elmhurst is with our faculty-led courses. So our faculty-led courses travel for about 20 to 25 days, and that happens during J term and summer. And then we also have shorter trips during spring break. And this is an example of some of the trips that were offered this year and then also in previous years. And I'm just going to show you what one of these looks like. They're very cool. They're developed by our faculty and approved by our academic council, which means you earn a particular course credit when you go away and you study with them. And you are traveling with a group of Elmhurst University students. So from the time you depart to the time you return on the airplane, with rooming, traveling, excursions, all that, you're with the same students from Elmhurst University. Whereas with the partner programs, you're traveling more independently unless you get lucky enough to go with a cohort like TUCD. So this particular course, Mozart, Beethoven, and Beyond, this one is going to Central Europe, and you can see the dates are in what we call our J term, our January term. And January tuition is included if you're a full-time student for spring and fall. J term tuition is included in that. So the only thing that you'd pay for would be your programming fees. And the program fee for a J term course is all inclusive. So this estimated program fee includes your airfare, all your excursions, your ground transportation, your housing, most of your meals, as well as health and travel insurance. To kind of show you what I mean about academics, these are some of the general education credits and tags or AOKs that you'd be able to check off your list. And this is the course equivalency that you would earn for studying away through this particular faculty-led course. So another route that you can, another way to experience something like a faculty-led course, but not exactly a faculty-led course, is by taking a course through our consortium. So we're a member of the consortium UME. That's how it's pronounced. It looks a little goofy. But this is a group of other institutions. Most of them are in the Midwest, and they're similar to us in the sense that there might be smaller schools, and their faculty members develop courses. And so they offer their courses to us, and we offer some of our courses to them. So that way we can get to the 10, 15, 20 students we need to offer a really unique, cool course. And you are traveling with maybe some Elmhurst University students and sticking with the whole group the entire time. You're not as independent as you might be for a partner program, but you have a really neat opportunity to complete a credit during J term. And these ones are only offered during J term, these UME courses, and they're really unique. Some of the ones that we create are really for our students, but may not appeal to you. These UME courses are all over the place. There's like a really neat Harry Potter one that they do. There's several in Hawaii. They're just like, they're really incredible courses and super fun. We have, like, on average for J term, like during, not non-COVID times, up to like 100 students who go away during J term and study away for faculty-led courses, which is awesome. We prepare you with an orientation all together right after Thanksgiving or right before Thanksgiving, so that you can feel safe and ready to go, and can pack and prepare by getting everything you need, during Black Friday or whatnot, and make any appointments with the doctor, get any vaccines that you need. So we help you throughout the entire process, whether it be through a faculty-led program or for a partner program. If you are going through a partner program, you actually take a full pre-departure course with me. And we do everything together. We with other students who are about to study away. We do we work on a budget together. I help you with the application process because you need to apply to the institution as well. We prepare for cultural, new cultural experiences, filling out your course approval forms so that you get credit for your courses. And we do some like safety and security debriefing as well, so that you're really in a good place when it's time for your plane to take off. I'm going to show you just a quick video that was created by one of our students who attended a program to Martinique. So our world languages department, Spanish and French, those two teams, they rotate their courses. So for J term, if I remember correctly, Spanish they'll do Spain 1 year for their language and cultural immersion program in January. And then the next year, I believe it's Puerto Rico. And then they do, I think it's Argentina. And then and they cycle those out so that you have the opportunity to go to each place. There might also be Costa Rica in there. And then for the French program, they do Martinique, Morocco, Paris, and I believe that's it for right now. But this video is from a group that went to Martinique and where they were learning French. And it's neat to see it from their perspective. Oh, okay. Looks like it's not available. So give me just a second here. I'm going to pull it up a different way. And while I'm doing that, if you have any questions and want to put them in the chat, or if you want to, feel free to ask those now. I'm more than happy to start processing some of those questions while I pull up the video, because we're nearing the end of the presentation.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I have been admitted to Elmhurst University and awarded a scholarship, $25,000. It's 50%, and still I have to pay $25,000. Are there any other scholarships available if I can apply? I could search it on Google, but then I got to you this webinar, and I wanted to ask you personally.
Yeah, great question. Why don't you go ahead and message me your name and your email, and I'll connect you with our international counselor, Tony Marotta, and we can talk through what other opportunities you might have.
Yeah, I need other scholarships too, because I cannot afford this $25,000 even.
Yeah, I totally understand that for sure. Okay. Yeah, there are some additional scholarships. Here, I will put my email in the chat.
Okay.
So if you just shoot me an email and just with your first and last name, I can connect you with one of our counselors who can talk to you more about scholarship.
Okay, thank you a lot.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome. Any other questions more specifically to going abroad, or maybe if you all want to put in the chat some places you think you might want to go and travel to? That is a good question. Melissa, do you know if there are any trips that go to Africa? I think you're muted, Melissa.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes, yeah,
Okay.
you can hear us?
Yes. So the question was if we have programs in Africa.
Yes, correct.
So we do have partner programs in Africa, and we also have a faculty-led program that goes to South Africa each summer, actually. So that goes for like about 25 days in I believe July to August, and I'm actually going to show you where you can find information about each of those courses, but it goes to I believe the Western Cape and Cape Town, and it's a more service learning based trip with two of our faculty leaders.
Very cool. Awesome. And then another question we have here, is there an opportunity for education majors to travel, or are there any travel opportunities specific to education majors?
So we don't have a program that we suggest specifically for education majors. Typically what we recommend is that if for an education major, you decide what points you want to go in your degree. So if you want to go earlier on in your degree and you want to complete your electives, or you want to complete your AOKs, like your general education requirements, that would be a great time to go. And you can really go anywhere you want where there's a liberal arts a course where there are going to be liberal arts courses available to you. Another option would be to go a little bit later in your degree, and you can focus on one of your the other part of your specialty, the other part of what you're going to be teaching. So perhaps if you're going to be teaching a world language, you would go to a place where you could be focusing on that language. Or if you're going to be doing like if it's going to be some sort of like music education, for example, we can go to a place like Central Europe where there are awesome music programs. There are also, of course, institutions that have wonderful education classes as well, that you can choose from, and we can point you in that direction once we know a little bit more about your specific plans. Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Another question here, asking about trips to California or any sort of West Coast, more domestic trips that students can go on.
Right. So at the moment, we don't have any faculty-led domestic trips, but we have any of our partner programs that offer domestic programs. You can really choose from any of those. One of the groups that we've worked with in the past is Disney. Disney has a college program, and they also have an internship program, and they have their interns work out of Disneyland and Disney World. So if you're interested in going to the West Coast, that could also work as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I actually had a friend do the Disney program while she was at Elmhurst. And she was there right before, COVID happened. So she had to come home, but she absolutely loved it and really enjoyed her time, when she was there.
Right.
Any other questions right now we have for Melissa?
And I found that video too. So
Okay.
if it's okay, I'll share my screen again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome.
If you could maybe turn the audio up a little bit, Melissa. I'm not sure if there's music that's going along with it.
Is that any better? Okay. Were you able to hear any of that, or the music was it pretty quiet?
I think my connection isn't the greatest, so
Okay.
I don't know if you see the most
Okay.
accurate depiction of it. I did hear it faintly,
Okay.
so I imagine other folks heard it.
I think it might be my really awesome modern headset. Okay, Tiffany heard it. Good. Okay. All right. I want to show you quickly where you can find this information. So our website for all things study away is elmhurst.edu/study away. And I want to just quickly take you there. Is it going to actually do that? It's very mad at me today, it seems like. There we go. Okay. All right. So you need what we call an E-number to apply to a program, but just to peruse, you don't need anything. If you're wondering about scholarships, there is some information available to you about those here. These are our what we call like our internal scholarships, ones that are just available to our study away students, and those are applied for here in this tool we call Studio Abroad, but you can learn a bit about them here. So this is nothing you would do now, it's just when you apply for Studio Abroad, but just to show you that we do have some. And then the program search will show you all things, all of our programs. So our featured programs are our programs. So for example, someone was asking about Africa. This is where you'd find information about our South Africa program, which we still plan to host in 2022 in July. And if you are interested in studying away through a partner, you can just go to list all, and this shows you all of the programs that you have that you're eligible for at this time, literally everything. And there's a ton of them. And we actually haven't added one of our providers in and are currently working on that. So there's way more than what you see here. And you can also search. So for example, if you wanted to, look at what's available to you, for example, in Africa, you can do that. So this shows everything that you can, that you would be eligible for in Africa, for example, and you can click on that. And there's information that they've shared with us, but there's also a link to the website for the program here too, so that you can go directly to the provider. It looks like, here we go. So yeah, that's just a little bit about our website. This is our Studio Abroad, which is most universities use Studio Abroad, this tool, to manage their study away applications and programming. All right, so this is our all-encompassing email address, international@elmhurst.edu. So any questions you have, you can direct to me here. And again, this is the email address, or the website address for all things Study Away. And I think I just really want to leave you with the message or the idea that that Study Away is for everyone from day one. There's ways to make it affordable. You can go anywhere in the world and bring back those credits as Elmhurst credits so that you can graduate on time. And our faculty really are supportive of this endeavor, and they work with us and our students to make it a reality for them as well. So any questions you have, please email, and I look forward to meeting you when you're here on campus, and planning with you when you're here as well.
We did have another question, Melissa.
Please.
Asking, so can students work while they are abroad to earn extra income?
That's a great question. So a lot of that depends upon the country where you study. It would really depend on whether or not a visa is required, and what the visa states. We typically don't encourage it, but that is a great question. And I know that's often a question that is asked because you want to find a way to supplement your income while you're away. What we typically do in situations like that is encourage a program that has a shorter semester so that you can work on the front end and the back end. For example, we have a cohort of students who are going to Liverpool Hope. They're going for a full semester abroad. However, that semester starts at the very beginning of January and ends at the very end of March. So realistically, they're missing 3 months of work, which is, big, but if you plan for it, it's not like missing a full 5 months, like in the traditional American term or semester abroad. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Any other questions while we have Melissa here with us? Again, feel free, put them in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. All right. Well, Melissa, I just want to say thank you. I learned a lot tonight, definitely.
Did you not study abroad, Chris?
I didn't. I was going to. I was genuinely thinking about it. I was thinking about going to Germany over J term, but obviously my senior year looked much different than I was anticipating, which is all right. So maybe, I know there's a lot of students who were in that similar boat.
Yes.
And students who were abroad, and had to come home abruptly. So
right.
I am definitely wish I could have gone abroad. So I encourage all of you, now that you have the opportunity and that you will have the opportunity to go abroad. It is one of the many things that just defines Elmhurst, in a sense that you can do so much and shape your experience to what you want it to be. And that really is true to everything in Elmhurst when it comes to majors and involvement and just creating your own experience. You're a big fish in a small pond, and everybody here wants to see you achieve your passions and goals and dreams. And people like myself and Melissa are there to support you and help you do those things. So thank you again, Melissa. We appreciate you. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot her an email. My email is there in the chat as well. If you shoot me an email, I can connect you with her or anyone else that you'd like to get connected to. So, all right, that's all we got. Continue joining us on our series. We have a few more of these getting to know EUs coming up. So check out our visit page on the websites, and have a great week, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm gonna stop the recording.